Our weekly segment, Red, White, and You, continues. It's where we celebrate America's 250th anniversary by highlighting everyday people who strengthen our community. And tonight, the story behind two men who opened a one-of-a-kind substance abuse treatment center for teenagers in Fort Smith. And with that, the Travis Yarborough Center for Teens officially opened out on Texas Road in South Fort Smith. Yarborough is Fort Smith born and raised. He began to use drugs in his early teens, which eventually led him to spend time in federal prison. When he got out 21 years ago, he began to work for Stainless Innovations.
7 years ago, I bought the company. 3 years ago, I paid off the company. Since that time, I've acquired 9 more businesses.
Yarborough says he made it a point to hire only specific employees when he bought the business.
Over 40% of my employees are all felons. I hire felons over anyone else. Addicts are the best people there are when they get clean. It's a fact.
He says his success in business allowed him to put up most of the funding for the center out of his own pocket.
This is what I live for. God has provided for me in order for me to do this.
Andy Hearn is co-founder of the center. He too is a recovering addict.
One of my last suicide attempts, I made a deal with God that if I survived this, not only would I be better, but I would help everybody I could.
He says the center is nothing like anything being offered in the River Valley.
What we have here is a place where our kids in Fort Smith can come. We're open from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. We keep the kids here. We do behavioral therapy. We do relapse prevention. We do evidence-based therapy with all of our teenagers for 6 hours a day. We feed them and we give them a safe place to be.
Hearn says he wished there was something like this when he was a teenager.
I showed all signs of drug addiction at a young age. I didn't use at a young age. I didn't use till later in life, but the signs were all there. And if somebody would have talked to me about this, things would have looked a lot different.
He says the goal of the center is simply changing the mindset of the teenage addict.
If you're told you're a CEO of a company, guess what you're going to act like? We treat them as though they are CEOs of their life and they can find their passion, and we can redirect all this energy and all this grasp that they have on digging into this one thing, and we identify it over here and we turn it and we show them a future through that.
And with all that Yarborough has been through, he says he admits he's one of the lucky ones.
I'm just so thankful to be here, and I'm so thankful for this community, and I just want to give back. I've did a lot of wrong in my past, and now it's my turn to give back.
There is also a center available for teenagers in Rogers.